Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, also known as The Girl Who Cut Time, a Japanese movie from 1983 that was directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi. It is a direct adaptation of the original novel, which served as a source material for the popular anime film from 2006, as well as some other adaptations over the years. Our protagonist is a 16-year-old student who is assigned to clean the science lab with her classmates. She faints after smelling fumes from a broken beaker. After waking up, things still seem pretty normal to her, but soon after, she realizes that she has accidentally acquired the ability to time travel, which leads to a time loop where she repeatedly relives the same day. Now, this is one of those movies that it's just pleasant to watch. It's one of those. Story is rather simplistic, and the pacing is on the slow side. It does take a long time, probably unexpectedly long, about half the film, really, before we get an actual dilemma for our protagonist, at least in terms of the time travel element. And after that point, it becomes similar to something like the movie Groundhog Day, only without the humor. This is, first and foremost, a teen drama. There's lots of everyday interaction between our protagonist schoolgirl and her two guy friends, as well as her daily classes and activities at school. Now, if you as a viewer do not connect with this aspect of the film, could be a little bit of a dull experience for you. I personally enjoyed it, and a lot of Japanese people liked it when it originally came out. Because of this, it made a lot of money at the box office in its home country, so you need to be in kind of that laid-back mood going into this. Even so, I do think there are a few genuine flaws in this film. For example, some of the story revelations that occurred during the final 30 minutes specifically just seemingly come from out of nowhere. You know, they make little sense from a time travel perspective, so they throw in even more outlandish elements to make it work. You know, when I was watching this, a few logical inconsistencies emerged during the middle section. I was like, how are they going to make this work in terms of time travel? But they were later, these problems were later resolved by an element that's just abruptly introduced late in the film. So, that was a little bit of a script writing problem there. To the film's credit, it does play out differently from your typical time travel movie. And there's some things that you'll expect to happen, given the plot, and they just don't happen. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different, and it gives it kind of a refreshing aura. To no one's surprise, Obayashi creates a visually engaging experience, which also helps to maintain interest. There's a feeling of, innocence to The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, as well as an emotional resonance that develops during the finale. And, near the end of the film, I was kind of impressed with how it kind of tugs at your emotions a little bit near the end. I liked it. But again, this is a movie that's if you've seen some of Obayashi's other films from the 80s that are in that box set from Third Window Films, you'll have an idea of what to expect from this in terms of the pacing and how things kind of play out. It has kind of that everyday living type of aspect to it. But if you like that type of thing and you want to see something from Japan in the 80s that has that element, this is pretty good stuff. I will say this too, it ends with a little music video that plays during the credits that I thought was kind of a neat way to end the film. So it ends on quite a nice note as well. It has been years since I've seen the 2006 anime film. From memory, I would say that it's a little bit better than this live-action adaptation. But if you are a fan of the anime, this may be an interesting viewing. Currently available on the Blu-ray box set called the Kadokawa Years that was released from Third Window Films just recently, actually. So it's a good box set to check out. And as always, folks, I will see you next time.